Hey, what's going on, everyone? Romeo from Build Muscle Get Lean. And in today's video, we're going to talk about and discuss week 7 of my 8-week diet. If you want to watch all the videos, I think this is the 4th one right now. Then I have them in a playlist called 8-Week Diet Analysis. That's what it's called right now. And so the purpose of this video is just to continue analyzing the results of my diet. If, as a reminder, or if you don't know, at the beginning of this year, which was the first of 2025, I decided that I wanted to start a diet and do 60 days of dieting in accordance to, and that dieting would be in accordance to what I teach in my book. I said that I didn't necessarily need to start a diet because at the beginning of the year, I was 166 pounds and roughly 11% body fat. But I wanted to just prove that the concepts in my book work. And you don't have to be 166 pounds. They work for anyone, whether you are 166 pounds or 200 pounds or even 230 pounds. So that's why I did this. And so I am now in week 7. And I have officially did 49 days of dieting. And we're going to go through these numbers. So anyway, as a quick summary, I started the year on the 1st and I was 166 pounds. I used this spreadsheet that I'm looking at and I updated it since the first week, but I've used the spreadsheet. It set my calories to 2,000 calories at the beginning of the year, which calculated my macronutrients of my protein, 166 grams, my carbohydrates, 234 grams, and my fats, 44 grams. And that got me until about week 6. So I went on those numbers until week 6 because the first week I went down to 164 pounds on average. The second week I was 163 pounds. The third week 162 pounds. And then the fourth week 161 pounds. And week after week, I was still losing about 1 pound per week. And then week 5, I had actually ended up losing 2 pounds. And then week 6, as compared to week 5, I actually lost less than, I didn't lose anything. So at that point, I decided instead of continuing on the same numbers that were calculated, which were the 2,000 calories, I decided to adjust my calories and I adjusted my calories down to 1,800. And I actually used this spreadsheet here to adjust my numbers. I had put my weight in at that time. I adjusted my calories down by 200 calories, which is the first adjustment that I made, which is what I say according to my book, make your first adjustment 200 calories. And then after adjusting my calories down to 1,800 calories, my adjusted macronutrients were 159 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbohydrates, and 40 grams of fat. So that's how it panned out. So what happened during this last week? During the last week, week 7, I actually went up from the weight that I was at. So on the 12th, of February, I was 159.4. And then on the 13th, after eating at my new numbers for one day, I went up to 161.4 pounds. So again, this is one of those things where you can't rush the process and you can't just automatically assume that your diet is not working after one bad day, because weight loss is not linear and there are so many things that can contribute to you actually gaining weight even though you are in a calorie deficit. And I have an entire section in the book that discusses this phenomenon. But anyway, the next day I ate at the same numbers and I went down to 160.1. So I went down 1.3 pound. And then the next day I ate at the same numbers, but weight stayed the same. But then on the 16th, I started seeing some changes. I went down to 159.4, and then the next day 158.8, and then the next day 158.4, and then I woke up this morning at 158.1. So as compared to the average for my previous week, even though I dropped my calories by 200 calories, I still barely lost anything on paper. So this is one of those things where, again, you will analyze your results and you will ask yourself, like, is the number on the scale reflecting reality? And in my case, I believe it is not. And what I mean by that is, even though it shows that I lost less than half a pound, like, everything's starting to work and pan out. So I am losing weight in the process. And in this case, very likely losing fat. Like, I can't know for sure because I don't have a DEXA analysis at this point, but it's working. And so as long as I am seeing this consistent loss in weight, I'm going to continue at 1800 calories. And that's going to bring me into my last week of dieting. I'm going to do 1800 calories and I'm going to see what happens. But since I said that I was going to do 60 days of dieting, I'm going to continue on into week 9. And then on day 61, I actually have my DEXA analysis, my DEXA scan scheduled, and I'm going to see what the results of this 8 weeks or 60 days of dieting will bring. Oh, by the way, this is what I look like at the end of week 6. I didn't take a recording this morning, but this is what I look like at the end of week 6, and I'm still currently cutting down. Obviously, I'm pretty lean right here. I'm not flexing that much. There's a lot of people that flex heavily and make their veins come out. I'm not doing that in this video. But again, it just shows that what I'm doing works, and you don't have to pay for a coach that's going to charge you thousands of dollars, because everything that you need to know is in a book that's less than $20. So a couple of things that I want to discuss before I end this video that I think is important. I have not just been dieting and only getting my deficit from my calories. I do exercise according to, again, what I teach in my book. I exercise every day, and my exercise consists of resistance training so that I can maintain and preserve as much muscle as possible while I'm down at these low numbers. And I'm still doing my cardio. So on top of the 1800 calories that I'm eating, I burn roughly 350 to 400 calories per day in the gym every day. And so if I didn't exercise, that means that instead of eating 1800 calories, if I wanted to get these same results, I would have to be down at 1400 calories. And that's a no-go for me, because 1800 calories is already low enough. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to discuss is how am I doing it? Like, how am I so consistent with these numbers? And I showed in a previous video that, to be honest, the reason why I'm consistent with these numbers is because I eat the same thing. While it may seem boring, once you get down to numbers as low as this, like, you have to pretty much eat the same thing. And I try to stay consistent with these numbers and eat the same thing, because if I eat something like shrimp, which is high in sodium, it's going to make me retain more water and it's going to skew my numbers. So that's another reason why I eat the same thing. But if you're not 166 pounds and you're much heavier than that, then you have the opportunity to eat way more things. So you don't have to worry about eating the same things, because you will have 2,600 to 3,000 calories depending on your weight. But once you get low in numbers like this, like, you have to concentrate on eating things that's going to make you feel full throughout the day. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to share in this video, give you the results of week 7. And if you have any comments, put them below. If you want to follow me into week 8 and into the DEXA scan, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want the spreadsheet, you can go to buildmusclegetlean.com/template, and you can purchase the spreadsheet for $20. And Don't forget to pick up the book. The book is less than $20 if you want to know everything that I'm doing in detail. And until the next video, good luck on your own body transformation journey. Peace.